Improve your English fluency every day with these 5 simple daily habits. Hello and welcome to Learn English Through Stories. Today we are going to talk about something that everyone wants to achieve: becoming fluent in English. Have you ever felt that learning English is too difficult? Do you feel that there are too many rules, too many words, and too many things to remember? If you feel like this, then this video is for you. Many people try to improve their English, but they do not see progress because they do not know how to study effectively. Maybe you have tried different apps, vocabulary lists, grammar lessons, but you feel that nothing really works. So what is the secret to fluency? This phrase is more casual than "how are you," but they have the same meaning. The key is not studying more, but creating small daily habits that actually work. In this video, I will share 5 simple habits that you can start using today. You do not need to change your entire routine. You only need to make small adjustments that will help you speak English with more confidence. Habit 1. Reading in English every day. One of the most effective habits to improve your fluency is reading in English every single day. You do not need to spend hours reading complicated books. Just 30 minutes a day is enough to make a big difference. Now you might be thinking, I do not have time to read. But let us be honest. How many times a day do we check Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube without even thinking about it? If you replace just 30 minutes of social media with reading in English, you will already be making progress. You do not need to start with difficult books. You can read short news articles, short stories, children's books if you are a beginner, blogs about topics that interest you. A common mistake is to start with books that are too advanced, like long novels or technical texts, and then feel frustrated. If a book is too difficult, that does not mean you are bad at English. It only means you need something more suited to your level. A great tip is not just to read silently. Try reading out loud. This will help you improve your pronunciation and get used to hearing your own voice in English. Habit 2. Listening to English every day. The second habit is listening to English every day. You can do this with podcasts, audiobooks, movies and series in English, videos on YouTube. The goal is to get your ears used to the language. The more you listen, the more natural English will feel to you. But there is something very important. Just listening is not enough. Many people play podcasts in English while they are doing other things like washing the dishes or exercising. This is fine, but if you really want to improve, you need to listen actively. Some ways to do this include using English subtitles when watching a show, repeating phrases that you hear, listening to the same podcast multiple times. The first time you listen, you might only understand 30%. But by the third time, you will start to recognize more words and phrases. At first, this may seem difficult, especially if you are not used to native accents. But with practice, you will improve. Habit 3. Speaking in English every day. This is a habit that many people avoid because they think they do not have anyone to practice with. But here is something important. You do not need another person to practice English. There are many ways to speak English daily without relying on someone else. Talk to yourself. Describe what you are doing out loud. For example, if you are cooking, you can say, I am chopping vegetables, or I am boiling water. Read out loud. This will help you improve both pronunciation and fluency. Record yourself speaking. Then listen to your recording and see where you can improve. Join conversation groups. There are many apps and online communities where you can find people to practice with. At first, this may feel strange. But speaking English every day, even for just a few minutes, will make the language feel more natural to you. Habit 4. Immersing yourself in English every day. If you really want to improve your English without extra effort, you need to surround yourself with the language. This is called language immersion. How can you do this? Change the language on your phone and computer to English. Watch movies and series in English without subtitles or with subtitles in English. Follow English-speaking content creators on social media. Try to think in English. The key is to make English a natural part of your environment instead of something you only study. Habit 5. Writing in English every day. Just write a few sentences about your day or your thoughts. This will help you organize your ideas better in English. Learn and remember new vocabulary. Notice and correct mistakes over time. You can keep a simple journal and write things like, "Today I went to work and had lunch with my colleagues. I watched an interesting movie about history. I want to improve my English pronunciation this week." You can also write down new phrases that you hear in podcasts or movies and try using them in your own sentences. How to make these habits part of your routine. Now that you know these 5 habits, there is one important question. How can you make sure you actually do them? The secret is to make them part of your day without feeling like extra work. For example, listen to a podcast while cooking or commuting. Speak English while getting ready in the morning. Watch a series in English instead of watching it dubbed in your language. Write a few sentences in English before going to bed. When you make these habits part of your daily life, they will not feel like studying. They will just become something you do naturally. Conclusion. Improving your English does not mean studying more. It means being consistent over time. Which of these habits do you already practice? Which one do you want to start today? Leave a comment and let us know. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next episode of Learn English Through Stories.